I'm Lori Chase, SteppingStones member, and I'm interviewing David Halloran, SteppingStones member, this morning. Good morning, David.
Hi. I'm David Halloran.
David, could you please explain to me what aphasia is?
Basically, it's a loss of not about
Input?
Huh?
Input?
Input. In other words, my mind, I know exactly that I want to say, but by the time it came out to my hands, I can't relate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very frustrating to have this especially if you're I was always in control, and I've lost that control. I'll know exactly before I even say anything. I know exactly that I did something wrong, because it wasn't what I wanted to say. So it's very frustrating.
So did you have to learn strategies to overcome
I had
this?
a lot of strategy. Yeah. For the first thing is, I was an accountant. I have no numbers. So what I had to do was, was taught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and later on, I really can't go too far that way. So that's hard. If you'll notice, sometimes dates. I will have to say, okay, what's today? What's the date today?
Wednesday?
No.
The date?
Yeah.
26th
of
October.
October. Okay, October. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's how I have to stay. I cannot do it on the unless I start all over again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, so this is very frustrating. So and a lot of other strategies. It's but I know that I am I'm doing better, but it takes so long to strategize. So
yes, I understand. I have strategies I have to do too.
Exactly. So it's tough. It's tough, like you know.
Mm-hmm. You're doing quite well, though.
Well, see now.
Now you didn't even rehearse this, did you?
No. But and you yourself. To me, I can't. You say this is wonderful. All right. This is terrible. It's because I know what I was, and to go back, it's just so frustrating and mad. I get mad mm-hmm. a lot.
So must have taken you a long time to accept this condition?
Very, very. In fact, I really thought that about the year, at least in the year, this was a dream. That everybody else, they were either faking or they were. It wasn't me. It's a dream, or something is wrong with them. And it took me a long time to realize that, wait a minute.
That it's me?
It's been a long time now, and maybe I am, it's something wrong, And then I get a lot of depression, because, as you know, it takes, well, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 years that I've had my stroke, and it is better. It is getting better. Sometimes I can see different things, but it's not, and I don't think it's ever going to be perfect, But that's, But the other thing is that I finally realized that that's okay. I can't just sit here and on a log. I have to do something for other people that have the same, that just they just had the stroke, and they're scared too. And this is so I want to tell them that it's not the best in the world, and it's not going to get better. You're never going to be the same.
Back the way you were.
Right, but you will do something, and so that's where I try to.
So where you're coming from is you being that we have to accept what we have and live the best we can with what we have left.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. The only thing with that I worry about that is that I notice that I am getting older, and I wonder if I'm going to have enough time for getting really good. I mean, how long is it going to take? But you really can't even think about that. But it is in my brain that Because when my doctor, one of the she just told me that she just reminded me that I'm getting. I had my stroke 50. It's almost a decade now, almost, not quite. But I don't think that to me, I've been the same since I had the stroke, and my doctor says, no, you're getting older, and it's the things that are going like I'm having some problems with eyes. Okay, mm-hmm. It isn't about my stroke. It isn't from. It's just age, and I'm saying, what, So it's hard.
So it's like, oh, bummer.
Yeah.
It's not just that I had a stroke. Now I have to get older and everything else is going to go that hasn't gone already.
Right. Exactly. And it's just, if I only had some time, a little more time, maybe I can beat this thing, But, life goes on.
Well, I'm sure that right after you had the stroke, you couldn't talk to somebody like this. And it took you a long time to be able to get to this point, didn't it?
Right. In fact, I didn't really talk until almost a year. The only thing I talked to you is that the only thing that I could say is coffee, coffee.
No, that's kind of hard to have a conversation if all you can say is coffee, huh?
Yeah, I know, but I hate coffee. You know? And the nurses kept bringing my coffee, and I'm saying, I don't like coffee. You know, but this is the only thing I could say. And it took me a long time. And finally I had a roommate that could, somehow or other, he could understand me. I don't know how, but he knew, you know, and we became very good friends, and he helped me a lot. So.
Well, it must be something to do like with toddlers and how they understand each other when they don't talk that well. My daughter used to decipher my son because he had a speech delay, and we'd always say, Amanda, what do you say? And Jason would sound like he was going, we didn't know what he was saying. She would come out and she would say whatever it was he said, and he would just nod his head, and we would just die laughing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why I had coffee and it was in my head, because I hate coffee.
Of all things.
Yeah.
So what's the thing that you like the most that you wish it would have been that you could say?
Just maybe a Pepsi or something, you know. You know, anything but coffee. So, but that, you know. So about it was almost a year, and I you know, my therapist kept drilling me, and we'd start from the beginning, you know, and I couldn't remember my wife, my mother, everybody. I mean, I knew they were there, but I couldn't figure out who was where, you know. So it took a long time.
That must have been pretty scary.
Yeah, it was. But
okay, thank you, Dave. Would you like to talk about your life before your stroke?
Well, it was very busy. I was I lived in Newmarket. I still live in Newmarket, and I was a planner of
financial planner.
Yes, and then at night I was the council head of the council of Newmarket. I was very busy, almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week. I was very involved with the mills. I don't know if you know about the mills, but the mills were they had to forget the name, it doesn't matter. They were going to close. They did close. And what do we do with this mills? Mm-hmm. So I was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. I was involved with the mills and the closure, and so I was very involved. So I didn't have, and I also built my house. So I mean, I was very busy, and then all of a sudden, nothing.
Were you able to spend time with your family?
Later on, or
before?
No.
You were so busy that was kind of taking a back seat.
That was and I regret that forever. I was too busy. I saw them all, but I had too many jobs to do, and I'll help you tomorrow. Well, I think that was part of my therapy, was, you know, this is now. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not.
You had to learn to live in the present.
Yeah, mm-hmm. yeah, and that in one day, or even one scoop, all your plans have changed, and your whole life is changed.
Right, your whole life got turned upside down in one full swoop, right?
Right.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Right. I mean, it's and no thinking about it. Just now what? And I used to, I was from the old school that I did all the books. I did the banks, and all of that.
So you were the financial manager of the house.
Yeah, and in fact, when I had the stroke, you think this is how bad I am. I had everything was on the computer, but I had a password, okay. And she didn't know. She didn't know, and they had a really hard time to
access all your files without a password.
Yeah, because the bills were coming up, and so we've changed all of this now.
Well, I bet your wife must have been going through a lot too.
Yeah, and I think the caregivers, I think, have a tougher job than the patients. At least in my case, because they have to deal with your loved one is has a problem, and he may not live, but you have to keep going. And she had to take all the burden. Yes, and had to do, and then even today, she has to help me. Everybody thinks I'm great. Yeah, I am great. I think I'm probably pretty far. I can do a lot of things, but I can't do your nails.
I know, I hear you on that one.
Yeah. I mean, the little things. That's what it gets you, is the little things.
Exactly.
She has to, make sure that, like this morning, I had to do a shower. All right. Well, she has to make sure that I'm not, I don't fall. Because I have to take the brace off. So and it's just the little things that are just so. I think the loved ones that's a hard. At least I was done. I was with the therapist, and that's all I had to do. Mm-hmm. She had to do everything.
Right. Your job was rehab, and her job was doing your job plus her job.
And then go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's
So basically, she was running your life and living her life.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah. And it's a hard. And I just I'm grateful that we made it.
Mm-hmm.
And you asked me how is it going now, and it's wonderful. We're in love.
That's wonderful, Dave.
It's almost like a burden was lifted. I miss the council. I miss a lot of things that I used to do, but I'm having more. I'm just having.
Well, you've learned to live now, right?
Yeah, and I'm happy now. I really am. I mean,
I'm glad, Dave.
You know, we have to pinch our pennies, you know, like all people, but it's we don't, you know, go out and party anymore. You know, that's done. Well, we do it once in a while, but but not as many as we used to. And but to my wife and I, and she'll say the same thing, that it made us more together.
Well, I think you're in the minority as far as your relationship actually getting stronger. There's so many other people that have gone through and had traumatic brain injury and their relationships split up. I've looked to so many people that have not been able to do this, and I understand why. I mean, and I don't know why us, you know, how we made it, but you know, but we did, you know, and I give that to my wife is the biggest, because she's you know, when I'm down. Now, yesterday I was down, crying because of the weather, probably. I'm sure. I think we've all been like that.
Yeah,
it's like we've hit the witching hour around here.
Yeah.
Everybody is a mess.
Yeah, but she got me, you know, and said, you know, listen, it's okay, you know. Think of how you were last year, you know, or the 2 years ago, you know, and you know, you're doing fine, you know. But you know, see, she has to she had to keep reminding me of everything. So, but
Okay, now I know you went through a lot of therapy and counseling. Did she go through any counseling herself to help her out through this?
Well, yes and no. Not a formal, but my therapist, she would talk with her a lot, and then when I went to the university, they helped me. They were helping me, but for every time that it was me, they also helped her to, you know, tell them, you know, what's going on, and you know, like I had a lot of problems with what I would, if Rosemary, she would, how can I say this? I had a lot of issues about being alone for a long time, and caregivers need some time, some set for their self.
Right.
So my wife, for every Saturday night, she would go to the movies, and her sister would go. Well, I had this. I would get all kinds of. I was an idiot, I think. I mean, I would make stories up so that she wouldn't come. She wouldn't go. You know.
Because you didn't want her to leave you.
Right.
Even for a short time,
I was afraid.
Couldn't stand for her to go out for a short time.
I was afraid, and it took me, you know. But Chris Garino, who was in UNH, helped me and Rosemary, and we finally get this over with. And I know it wasn't me. It was no, not her. It was me. But it was part of this. But that was a while ago. But I mean, it was a bad experience.
Okay, we've talked about your stroke. Can you talk about what changes it made to you physically?
Well, for once, I'm number one. I'm paralyzed all the way down, all the way up. Even my taste buds are gone.
Now, is that the right side or the left side?
People that have aphasia, it's on this side.
The left side?
Yeah.
If you're doing this, I don't know. I'm looking at you, and I don't know my left and my right.
Yeah, it's right here. I was a righty. Mm-hmm. Now, yeah.
Now you're a lefty?
Wait a minute. The opposite.
You were a lefty, and now you're a righty.
No, the other way. The other way. This whole part.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this?
Your right side?
Yes. That's all. This is.
Yeah, your right side's paralyzed.
Yeah. Now I have to learn to
do everything on the left.
To write again. You know, my membership is terrible, but you know it's there. So I'm paralyzed, and then I got the
AFO.
Yeah.
Do you hate that thing or what?
Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it.
Me
you know.
Too. I wish they didn't have that, but I know if we didn't have them, we wouldn't be able to walk.
Well, that's right. I mean, I tried it. I've tried it a couple of times, and almost every day I get up and I'll say, oh, that maybe this was a dream, and I'll say, I'll try it, you know, and so whoops, I just dumped. All right, and so that's bad, but I forgot we were
talking about your AFO.
Yeah. So I have to keep that on. I guess it's going to be there forever. Mm-hmm. But I think I've been. I think. Oh yeah. Well, my speech. I think it's getting better.
It is.
Some people,
Trust me,
you know,
it is.
well, sometimes I get tired, so it's gone. But and that's kind of what I was when I finally figured out that, you know, all right, this problem, there's some sort of problem here. I kind of tried to
prioritize?
Yes. My speech is the first. That's the most things that I need. Mm-hmm. When I came back from the hospital, I was in a wheelchair. But I didn't care. I wanted the voice. Mm-hmm. Next is the being to walk, mm-hmm. which I did. I've done, okay? Yeah. And then the next one was my arm. Mm-hmm. And, you know, little by little, we're working on it. But
well, the arm is the last thing that we even think about, right?
Right. It's, and part of, and I have to, you know, it is, I'm kind of relaxed today because I don't really, I don't use a lot of, I should go take some walks and things to get this even better, mm-hmm. but I'm too busy because the only thing is me is the voice. but I really should go and get, you know, walking, mm-hmm. and actually I should go to the pool. Mm-hmm. That pool did me a lot of work. I mean, good.
Yes.
The only thing is, as you know,
you need the spa treatment, huh? To lift up your spirits.
Yeah.
Kelly's spa treatment.
Yeah. But the pool now, after the therapy is done, yeah, you can buy
buy a membership for the pool.
Yeah, but I mean the pool like in Portsmouth where we went when we went. They have, you can go there and you can try do your exercises, but only at certain times, and those times don't work with me. See, so, but if I was better, if I do this, I know that I would be better. So, but what are you going to do? What,
right.
You know?
We're going to do the best we can do.
And then like Exeter, I can use synergies. I can have their pool whenever anytime, but they have no kind of they don't have a lifeguard. Okay, that's not good because I have seizures. See, they have a camera, and they could probably know me, but I mean it might be too late. So
that probably wouldn't be a very good idea.
Yeah,
would it?
so I can't do that, and I really would like to do the pool because I know that I could do a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now you walk with a cane. Are you ever sorry that you use a cane? Are you glad that you're with a cane and not in a wheelchair?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I don't really use it at home. In here, I do, just because a lot of people don't even think, and they don't know what's going on, and they fall, So I have them. That's my strategy that's there. Yeah. But I'd love to get rid of that too.
I know.
And I can. I can. I've even around the home. I'm comfortable, just walking. Slow.
Do you do what I do and you leave it someplace and then you don't know where it is and you're looking around the whole house for your cane?
Durham Market. I don't know how many times they call me. It's like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 canes, and because I always lose them, but they usually come back. So it's like
I think we all have stories like that.
Yeah. But Durham Market, because I like that because they are they're good for me because they know what I did, and they're very kind, and you have I saw that I've learned that there are a lot of people that they don't care what they're too busy with their profits that they won't take your time and there's something wrong with this person. So
would you like to talk about your rehabilitation a little bit, Dave?
Yeah, because I had a lot of therapy. I had my therapy from my doctor, from my hospital. They tried to get me to function with my voice, and that she started to do my the little cards that had said my wife, my kids, and that took a long time. And then my therapy for rehabilitation, they had me almost walking before I left to the hospital. Not quite, but it was on the way. And then we went to Bedford, which is their rehab that they have, and I was there from 3 years, almost in the middle. And then when they were finally discharged, I went to the university, and they helped me even more because of my speech. So I think I'm very lucky because I've talked with a lot of people in here that I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 years of therapy. So I mean, and I was really lucky, and every every therapist I never met any therapist that didn't help me. Even the lady that dropped me one day. You know?
I know, I was dropped too one day. That's pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah, well, more from her. She was so. You know, I mean, it was a weekend, so it was a normal. It wasn't the normal people, and and she didn't know really what she was going to do, and I was trying to tell her, but I couldn't, and that I don't think I'm supposed to do that, and but I didn't make it. So, but I mean, but she was so, she was so sorry. I mean, I'm saying, don't worry. I mean, you're trying to help me. So no, I haven't had any bad therapists at all, and
that's great.
And I thank every person that comes here that they're going to do this type of therapy.
I know they're all wonderful, aren't they?
I know.
Do you have any more therapy that you're doing now?
Well, yeah, but it's not. Nothing is. It's not on stone. Chris Garino, which is the speech pathologist she was in Durham, but she's out on herself. She's helping me, but as a friend. My wife does stained glass, and they're down on the stairs, and they're helping. There's a class for stained glass, so I'm seeing her like, every week. So, and but I did go to reevaluation this summer to see what's going on, and a lot of it is pretty much stabled, especially the walking. I haven't. There isn't any progress from that to first 2 years to this. So I guess this is it. But and even my speech. But my speech, she did the speech, and they said, well, it hasn't changed. But what has happened is the strategies that I have
are working.
That's great. So that's doing the.
Okay, now you've had this very catastrophic event in your life, and I believe you're doing something positive with this, with your Fascia Advocacy Foundation. Would you like to talk about that, Dave?
Well, yes. I went to. They had a conference in July. No, 2 years ago for in Florida, and they gave me the Advocacy Foundation award. And so when I was going back to home, I said to Rosemary, I says, I got to do something. This is. I mean, I didn't expect that. Anybody, this is from the country. I mean, so I says, what can we do that, because, and I said, look at those people, the people that just had the stroke and have aphasia. I want to start a foundation. So we when we came to home, we said, let's do it. So I got people that had aphasia, I have a therapist, a pathologist. I have doctors that will help. Mm-hmm. So we've just we've done the state to do so we're incorporated now, and now as our first project, we're going to have a video, and what we're going to do is we're trying to educate the
emergency response people.
Yes, and because we did a sticker to notify them what aphasia is, mm-hmm. and a card, and so now we want this video, and then then I would like to have this program around the country to teach people what is aphasia and what to look for. So that's my goal now.
So now you've created the support system for other people dealing with aphasia?
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing, Dave. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it has to be done. It's not me. It has to be done. So
I think it's wonderful that you've taken this horrific experience and you've made something positive out of it. Congratulations.
No, thank you.
Is there anything else you would like to add, Dave?
Well, then
to some poor soul having a stroke?
I just you don't want to ever have something like this. But it doesn't mean that it's going to change. It's not going to change myself, and it's not going to be it's not the
end of the world.
Right, and that's it's hard, but it isn't it's not the end of the world.
Right. Did you look at it as a second chance to start things over again?
I think I've had like 2 or 3 chances today. I mean, all my life, mm-hmm. And it is, and that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, that's great. I'd like to thank you, Dave.
Okay, thank you.